Hi folks, this is Mike for the DLanguage Foundation, and I'm here to let you know about two dates coming up that are important to the DLanguage community. The first date you should be aware of is the application deadline for the 2021 edition of the Symmetry Autumn of Code. That's right around the corner. It's coming up on August the 18th, so you've still got time to apply if you're interested in doing so. If you've never heard of SAOC before, essentially, we select a handful of programmers and pay them to work on projects that are beneficial to the DLanguage ecosystem. There are 4 milestones throughout the event. Each milestone lasts approximately 1 month. Upon successful completion of each of the first 3 milestones, participants are paid $1,000. At the end of the 4th milestone, one participant is selected to receive a final payment of $1,000, and they get a free pass to the next real-world D conference. That means they don't have to register for it, and we also reimburse them for their transportation and their lodging. If you are interested in applying to SAOC 2021, you can find the details on the Symmetry Autumn of Code page at the D blog. The short of it is we're looking for a project proposal and a resume. Now, the resume doesn't have to be a complete work history, education history, none of that. We don't care about that. What we want to know is which programming languages have you worked with? What sort of projects have you worked on? We want you basically to tell us about your life as a programmer. Give us your GitHub ID, link to any repositories you have out there. If you can show us you've completed some projects, that's a big plus. We are looking for people who complete projects. We want to pay you $1,000 for each of your milestones. So the more you can give us confidence that you'll be completing your projects, the better it will be for you. Now, for the project proposal, we have a list of potential projects in our DLang projects repository. Again, there will be a link to that in the description below the video. Anything here labeled with SAOC is potentially a good project for SAOC. So you don't have to get your project ideas from here, but it's a good place to start if you don't have any. Your project should be something that you can work on for 4 months for at least 20 hours a week. If it's something that you could complete in the weekend, it's not a candidate for SAOC. All right. There are frequently asked questions at the bottom of the page here. This should cover all the ground, everything you need to know. But if you have any other questions, you can contact us here at social@dlang.org, and we'll get back to you. This is also where you send your project proposals and your resumes. And by the way, please send this stuff in markdown format. That'll make it easier for us. Each participant is expected to have a mentor. If you can find a mentor before you submit your application, that will be a plus. Please let us know either in the project proposal or in the resume that you've found someone, and we'll count that in your favor. If you are looking for a mentor, a great place to start is the D Programming Language forums. The general forum is a good place. Just come in and let people know what kind of project you're working on and see if anyone is interested in being your mentor. If you are unable to find a mentor prior to submitting your application, that's fine too. If your application is selected, we'll let you know on August the 25th, and you will have from then until the 15th of September to find a mentor for your project. Actually, you want to find somebody prior to the 15th because you want to have time to work on your milestones. When you're developing your milestones, it's good to have the mentor with you. Now, if you're interested in being a mentor, please be sure to contact us. Same email address I mentioned earlier, social@dlang.org. Or you can make a post in the forums to let us know and let us know what types of projects you'd be interested in mentoring. And if any of the participants that we select have trouble finding a mentor, we'll come to you to assist them. Now, mentors are paid $500 each at the end of the project. So you'll get a little something out of it too. SAOC is sponsored by Symmetry Investments. They're a global investment firm with offices in Hong Kong and London. They currently have around 180 full-time employees, and they manage over $8 billion in capital. Some of those employees are programmers, and some of them are programming in D. So if you're looking for a job, Symmetry is always hiring, especially interested in D programmers, but it's not the only language they use. You'll find a link below the video in the description that will provide more information on what they're looking for and how you can contact them. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you if you're in the job market. The next date to be aware of is September 5th. That's the submission deadline for DConf Online. We're looking for pre-recorded talks, Q&A panels or discussion panels, and live coding sessions. Now, if you're sending us a submission for a pre-recorded talk, they should be in the form of a video no longer than 5 minutes. They don't have to be 5 minutes, but they need to be no longer than 5 minutes. And you want to provide all of this information in the video. It'll also help if you provide the abstract in written form in your email. And this will help us know that you're set up to do pre-recorded talks. So ideally, you should use the same software and hardware that you will also be using for the pre-recorded talk if you are selected. Q&A panels and live coding sessions, you don't need to send video submissions for those. Just send us the details in Markdown format. And we'll want the same details for every submission, no matter what kind of session. If your pre-recorded talk is selected, we'll send you the details about format and the deadline that you need to send it into us and everything you need to know to make a quality video. And then we'll schedule it for a specific time on one of the 2 DConf days. And we'll schedule it as a premiere video on YouTube. Premiere videos get a chat box where viewers can comment and ask questions. So we'll want you to be available during the talk to answer any questions that come up. We'll ask you to come in for 5 minutes before the talk to stay up until 20 to 25 minutes after the talk. Now, we're restricting the talks to 30 minutes this year, so we'll ask you to stay less than an hour. We don't need you to stay any longer than that. Viewers will ask questions. You can give short answers here in the chat box. But for longer answers, you'll also be with me in the DConf live stream. And I will be recording the answers that you provide for the viewers. And when it's quiet and viewers aren't asking questions, I'll keep you chatting to provide more details about the talk itself and the D language in general and your experience with it. And after the talk is finished, we'll invite viewers to join us in the live stream for a post-talk Q&A session for more details or questions that didn't get asked during the talk. And it's during this Q&A session that we hand out prizes to people who ask questions. And so after 20 or 25 minutes post-talk, you will be free to go. And when the conference ends, we'll chop up the Q&A like this one from last year and cut out all the idle chatter and any dead space and just keep it focused on the questions. So this will be available for viewers after the conference, along with the talk itself. If your submission for a live coding session is accepted, then we'll work with you if necessary prior to the DConf dates to make sure you're set up for live streaming. And on the day and time that you're scheduled, we will set you up to be able to live stream directly to our YouTube channel. Last year, Adam Rupa's session was really popular and quite successful. So we're looking forward to 1 or 2 more sessions happening this year. So if you have an idea for something that you can get done within an hour and a half to 2 hours, that would be great. We'd like to keep it to 90 minutes, but we can go longer if necessary, depending on what sort of project you'll be working on during the live coding session. So if you have any questions about DConf or Symmetry Autumn of Code, or anything at all about the D programming language, you can come and ask about it all in the Learn forum or the general forum in the D programming language forums. Or you can email us directly, social@dlang.org, or you can email me at aldecron@gmail.com. All of that information is in the description below the video, the links, the email addresses. Please go ahead and get in touch. And we're really looking forward to seeing more SAOC applications and DConf Online submissions. And that's all I've got for you this time. I'll be back next month with news about the SAOC participants and our selected DConf talks. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.